Okay, so confession time. I am a pathological liar. Not in a I'm secretly a Russian spy kind of way, but in a far more insidious, far more socially acceptable way. I am a people pleaser, which basically means I lie to my friends, I lie to my family, and I lie to my boss on a daily basis. I don't lie to be malicious or manipulative, I lie to be nice, which, let's be honest, is just a thinly veiled attempt to avoid conflict and gain approval. Someone inevitably asks, hey, wanna come to this party? It's gonna be epic. There'll be a live DJ, an open bar, and a bouncy castle. And I of course reflexively blurt out, oh my gosh, I would absolutely love to. Sounds amazing, I wouldn't miss it for the world. The cold, hard truth. I would honestly rather spend the entire evening staring at a blank wall in a darkened room, contemplating the existential void while listening to whale songs, than endure even a single minute of forced small talk, aggressively loud music, and the distinct possibility of being trampled by drunken adults in a bouncy castle. Or my personal favorite, someone corners me at work and pleads, hey, could you possibly help me move this weekend? I know it's a huge imposition, but you're just so strong and capable, and I literally have no other friends willing to lift heavy objects. And I, like the spineless jellyfish that I am, immediately respond with, of course, man. I'd be happy to help, just tell me when and where, and I'll be there with bells on. The agonizing reality. I'm already stretched thinner than a sheet of phyllo dough. I am perpetually exhausted from juggling a million different responsibilities, and I have zero freaking time to help anyone move, least of all someone who clearly only values my physical strength. Now I realize that being a people pleaser doesn't make me a good guy, it just makes me a human doormat, constantly being walked all over, taken advantage of, and never getting any respect. Actually, it's even worse than that. It makes me a freaking ghost, a shape-shifting chameleon with no real identity of my own. Because if I'm always morphing and bending and contorting myself into whatever you want me to be, then who the hell am I, really? I don't have a personality. I just have a meticulously curated collection of performative niceness, carefully suppressed resentment, and a crippling fear of confrontation. I am basically a walking, talking trauma response in a trench coat, desperately trying to avoid triggering anyone, lest they abandon me to die alone and unloved. Psychology in its infinite wisdom has a fancy term for this, the Fawn Response. You know, fight, flight, or freeze, those classic survival mechanisms that have kept humans alive for millennia. Well, fawn is the awkward, often overlooked fourth option, the strategy of trying to stay safe by being as non-threatening, as agreeable, and as helpful as humanly possible, even at the expense of your own well-being. It's basically emotional camouflage, a desperate attempt to blend in with the herd and avoid becoming a target. But here's the colossal, soul-crushing